guys, it's Paul from Stretching Canada again. Today I want to stretch out the hamstrings. You know, we've been sitting a lot, on the couches a lot. I'm actually talking about myself now, but I notice that when I sort of sit in these positions or if I stand too long, the hamstrings get a little tight. And it's one thing to stretch, it's another thing to strengthen, but right now I find that I get a lot of benefit from just stretching the hamstrings, and I wanted to share that with you. And I'm wearing my t-shirt for Luca Cursor, who's Canada's kettlebell beast, one of the authorities on Strong First, and has his own place out in Pierrefonds or Dollard in Montreal. Anyway, he's been putting out some free sessions, kettlebell workouts and different kinds of workouts, things that you can do at home while we're in this isolated situation. And I wanted to give a shout out to him and the work that he's doing, and it's not just putting out videos, he's really putting his heart out there, and he's an incredible teacher. Just an aside, I learned my kettlebells mostly from him and a number of years ago, and every time I do my kettlebell workout every day, it's his voice that I hear in the back of my mind, the kind and gentle, persuasive voice, doesn't give any quarter, and he really made a big difference. And when I kind of get lazy with my arm or my footing, it's his voice that I hear. So if you really want to learn how to do kettlebells, go to Luca Cursor, look for him, or Kettlebell Club, or Kettle Beast, or he's got lots of different names. And he's also an amazing artist, too. So something that's dear to my heart. Anyway, so hamstrings, it's about the 3 phases of the hamstrings. So traditionally, how am I going to do this? That's, maybe the foreshortening isn't going to work so well here. The 3 phases of the hamstring are working the tendinous regions of the proximal area region, then the tendinous areas of the distal region, distal hamstrings, and then we can get into the belly of the muscle. So traditionally, you often see people on a gym floor, or somebody kneeling in front of somebody on a gym floor with the person's foot on their shoulder, and they're trying to lift that person's leg higher than it will really want to go. And all you can see on the face of that person on the floor is that leg, all it wants to do is get out of that position. So that myotatic reflex is kicked in long ago and is really starting to react, and it's starting to become a negative reaction. So what I want to do is find out where I can get to on my own. So I'm about, 80-something degrees, let's say 85 to be honest, maybe 83 to be honest. So at least I know where I can start with, so I can measure my success or my progress, because I'm really looking for progress. I'm not looking for wild amplitude, the drama of amplitude. I'm just looking for progress of those fascial tissues. So I'm going to start proximally. And just as a side note, you can start proximally or distally, it doesn't really matter. I think over the last 17 years I've just found myself doing proximal first, then distal, and then belly of the muscle, because I get better range. So anyway, so proximal, if I allow my leg to collapse, this is fine as a stretch, it's just more of a gluteal stretch. But if I engage the quads and get those hamstrings opened up a little bit, now if I'm contracting here at the flexors, I'm going to send a neurological message to the tendons at the tuberosity. So 1, 2, I'm just adding again that 1 pound of pressure. 1, 2, I'm still contracting at end range, which is here for me, still contracting as I assist. 1, 2. 1, 2. And again, for the sake of the video, I'll do 3. You can do 5, 6, 8. Now, I'll go to this side and stretch this side, and then I'll come back to this side, and now I'm going to stretch the distal end. So again, I want to find out, before I do anything really, I want to find out where my range is. And again, I'm still at about 83, 84 degrees. I haven't really gained a lot of range, but the reason I want to find out where I am is that as soon as the leg wants to bend, I need to come before that. So at 83 degrees, I'm going to drop my thigh back to about 80 degrees, because I know I can lift my foot, I can contract my quads and extend my hamstrings so my foot can come right up over my knee. What you'll find, again as an aside, people will get to this position here, and then instead of really working that foot up over the knee, they'll pop the knee under the foot. And we want to avoid that, because then you're not really stretching anything. So I'm going to reassess. to 83 degrees. I'm going to drop the thigh down to 80 degrees. Now breath in, and as I breathe out, I'm contracting here, and then what you're not seeing here is I'm assisting this way, but so that the thigh doesn't travel back, I'm going to apply pressure here, stabilize at the knee at that 80 degrees. So I'm pulling this way, pushing this way. 5, 6, 7, 8, etc., etc., etc. So now I've opened up proximal and distal, and now I can get into that straight leg belly of the hamstrings and see what amplitude I can get now. And again, I'm not looking for the drama of great amplitude. I'm just looking for progress of opening those myofascial tissues. And progress can come in millimeters, it can come in microns for that matter, it's still progress. And that means that the myofascial tissues are opening, we're gaining more access to more muscle. More muscle means the muscle by default is a little stronger. And of course after this I will go and strengthen it. And that'll be another video. I'm going to go through specific strengthening for the stretches that I've been doing. So again, you know what, I'm going to do it like this. I'll stretch the other side so I'm not walking and turning to the left all day. Just so you can see the rhythm of what I'm doing. Hard to see here. So, if you have a low back issue already and you want to release your hamstrings just to give yourself some less stress pulling down on your back, you can bend the unexercised leg, and that sort of locks you, pushes you into the table or the floor or wherever you end up. There's nothing wrong with this, not cheating. So I'm going to find out, let's just assess. So it's about, again, 81 and a half, let's say. So I'm going to do my proximal, 1, 2. I'll completely unwind, come back, 1, 2. And now this is starting to get a little too easy. So I'm going to open my thigh up, or my knee up to 95 degrees from that original 90 degrees. And then, again, I'll do 3 for the sake of the video instead of 8. And then I'll go back and reassess, maybe a couple of degrees of progress there, but I'm going to drop my thigh back so I know I can bring my foot up over my knee, get to full extension, and assist and stabilize. 1, 2. And the brain is picking up those gentle persuasions of release here, not picking up any threat, and all of a sudden, because that third one was so easy, the brain's like, well, you know, I'm not picking up any kind of challenge here. So I'm going to, next time I drop my foot down, I'm going to bring my thigh back like a centimeter. And then now I'm really finding it a challenge to open up. So I'm going to drop back another ½ centimeter. Okay, so I can feel the challenge in the back without that myotatic reflex. You know, you can sort of see it or feel it. That little shake, the myotatic reflex sort of giving you a fair warning like this is going to shut down in a sec. 1, 2. And so every time, now that that third set, the third stretch of that second set, I'm finding this really easy. So the next set, I'm going to come back another centimeter, and then contract, 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 end range, and then assist. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. So now that I've opened up proximal and now distal, now I can get into the belly of the muscle and see what progress I've actually made. So let's go back to where I started. I started at about something like this, 80 degrees, and now I can actually get back just a little bit further, you know, maybe 10 or something degrees more. So keep in mind that trying to work with the myofascial tissues, if your thigh only gets to here, perfect. That, just meet yourself where you're at, be nice to yourself, and eventually you'll come up to a different position. Keep asking questions, keep asking for suggestions on stretches you'd like to see or situations that you'd like to resolve, and I will do my best to keep answering. Take care. Thanks everybody, and go check out Luca. Bye guys.